Jackson Terrio, and I shot my first duck ever at Oyster Mire Hunting Club. Thank you, Mr. Gene Campbell.
I think that it's important to introduce hunting and fishing. The duck hunting, that's a team sport. The camaraderie is the most important component in a duck hunt. Well, we've been in the business for a long time, so we've had our own families, grandkids, and hopefully great-grandkids not too far away. But that's the basis. It was always about the kids. I remember my son's first duck, and I saw your son's first duck. Those are huge building blocks for a relationship that will last the rest of your life with your kids. And it's the same way with everybody that takes their kids hunting. It's common ground that can be shared for the rest of their lives. They can always tell the stories and remember the fathers and mothers that are gone and grandparents that are gone. And it's one of the favorite subjects that families have, are those memories. Hunting, fishing, all those things together. I think it's really important that we realize and push our customers to bring their kids, because our kids aren't enough. This sport will go away without support. What these kids are taught, the wokeness in the world right now, and the anti-consumptive attitudes that people have developed. If they watch the chicken get slaughtered, they probably wouldn't eat chicken anymore. But people grow up in big cities and they do different things, and they don't get to have any relationship with the environment, nature, unless it's a zoo. So our kids can take that back to their friends and invite their friends and expand that camaraderie and friendship and common ground that you got to have in human life. I think it's probably the most important job that we have as hunters and outfitters, fishermen, fishing guides. I think that's the most important thing. So we've got lots of families that are multi-generational. We start out with their dad, or the patriarch of the family. He would hunt with us with his customers. I can think back to Don Carpenter Sr. First hunted with us in 1978. Worked for Texas Mail Supply. I still know him and love him. Hunt with his son and actually his three sons, and then now grandkids. So we've got 4 grandkids out of that family, 2 boys out of that family, and a dad. And they're still hunting with us. All of that family hunts with us now, except Don Carpenter Sr. He's just a little old, little slow, just like I'm getting. I'm next. But it's been a fun thing to see all the generations, and there's others. There are dozens. Another's a guy, Mike Kammer. He was a big dog at Dressler Industries, and I first met him in the late 60s. We were both individually hunting on the Bear Ranch, and he started bringing clients, and I started guiding, and so we kind of got hooked up in 75 or so, 76, but we were friends before that. And he built his business up. They were entertaining 300 or 400 people per year. So I spent a lot of time with him and started doing some traveling with him. Developed a lifelong friendship, and in the process, he started bringing his boys, and they would come. They loved duck hunting too, and they brought their boys. So everybody's coming and hunting with us now. That whole family, and Mike will still go and sit in the blind with us. But same thing is You just can't trust yourself after a certain point. We can get him in that blind, but he doesn't feel comfortable, and I won't either. I still feel pretty comfortable, but I don't like shooting a big gun, a heavy gun. I feel clumsy with that. So when we get old, that's the way it goes. And fortunately, you've passed this love of a sport off to kids and grandkids, and hopefully great grandkids somewhere down the road. And we've all all these people I'm talking about, all have a shot at that right now. We could have great grandkids hunting with us. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Of course, I got two grandkids. I got a 4-month-old and a 4-year-old. And I can't wait. I've already given the 4-year-old a BB gun. He's not allowed to shoot it yet, but I'm trying to think what I'm going to give that 4-month-old. I need to get him a gun, too. I think that it's important to introduce hunting and fishing, golfing and football and everything, every other team sport. Duck hunting, that's a team sport. The camaraderie is the most important component in a duck hunt. I'm going to say that the kids need to be exposed to this, not to make them duck hunters or fishermen, but to introduce them to the friendship and the fun and all the human relations that are involved in hunting and fishing. I would really like to get the dads and the sons to come out, and we do that a lot, particularly folks that have just moved into Houston may have been familiar with sports someplace else, but not hunting. And to get them out here, and maybe they don't have ducks or geese around, and we do, and we can show them what's done out here and how much fun it can be. And I still remember my first duck hunt. I was 6. I'll never forget that day for the rest of my life. And you're going to know what I'm talking about. I think we may have discussed this once before, but I got to shoot a crippled duck. That's the only shell I shot. And it was a little 410. I opened that thing up and took that shell. Now, I don't know how long I kept it. I kept it a long time, but I'll never, ever forget the smell of that gunpowder. That just makes me happy if I accidentally smell it, Pick up an old hull. That makes me happy. My dad wasn't a hunter. He's hunted with me a couple times. He was a fisherman, though, and he did his part. We had some really good common ground. Great guy.